Oh, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna make this video today. I wasn't even gonna log into social media this weekend because I had a pretty fucking hectic weekend. The short version of it is, how do I describe this? Cloppity cloppity, cloppity cloppity. And what I mean by that is pretty much, um, I had we'll call it a discussion with the girls, and I don't want to get too into it. This is the thing. I kind of see their point of view, where they're coming from. I'm not supposed to talk too much about it, but like one of them had their like high school teacher from like hitting on them and shit like that, and it was really odd and whatnot. And like this is kind of shit that they had to deal with. That kind of I kind of see how they can be so jaded and whatnot. But on the other hand, it's like it's not really my fault. I'm not really responsible for what your high school teacher is doing and all that bullshit. Like, it's kind of fucked up that you're judging me based on someone else's actions and all that bullshit. So, I mean, like, and like the thing is, I mean, pretty much then that led to an argument about like why I'm being selfish with my own stuff. I'm like, I don't understand how I could be selfish with my own stuff. Are you saying that you're mad that I'm not letting you do whatever you want with my stuff? Because I don't give a shit about that. You can be mad all day long about that shit. But I mean, if you're saying that you would like your own stuff, you can totally. You're in the land of opportunity where you can go out and get a job and do shit to get your own stuff. That led to a whole other argument, and then that led to $50 smoothies, which still left us hungry. So decided to go get some fucking $5 burritos. And once again, I was right. And then I don't even want to get into it all. It's just craziness. It's just like it's like what it's like. It's just they keep on saying like how come you don't really seem like you care about this? I'm like, well, once you stop breaking up with me every 3 fucking hours, maybe I'll start caring about it a little bit more. But as of right now, it's like you keep on having like these 3 hour spurts of like whatever, and then it just like renews every 3 hours. So it's like check again in 3 hours, and I'll let you know how it goes. And then that led to another thing, and essentially what I used as the analogy was I was like I domesticated you. I domesticated you. I domesticated her. I'm domesticating that one if she goes for it. But what it comes down to is you all are used to like living your life a specific way, being like wild, right? And you're not used to like getting like stuff on the regular. You're not used to having like all your needs met, not just like physical, but all the other ones too. Because it's like if you need to cry, you can go ahead and cry. I mean, like I'm not responsible for you crying. I can't control why you cry. I can't really sympathize with you while you're crying. I can empathize, and I hope that you stop crying. And as soon as you do, you know that I'll be right over there. You know, your carrot took a bowl. You can totally join me if you want to, but you just have your little cry, and I'll be over there. But anyway, so what it is every time they like, act up, and like it's the funniest thing. It's like even after you like break up with me, you still want me to drive you home. It's not like you're like, huh? Yeah, whatever. But then I just think it's funny, and then like that's what I'm saying, like cloppity cloppity, domestication, because it's like, what happens when like you like have like your cattle grazing, right? Like they like go out, they like eat the grass and shit, and then they themselves come back home because like that's their bed, that's their blanket. You see that they're laughing, and then now they're laughing about it. Like even last night in bed, it was like all of a sudden they were like he clappity clap, clappity clap. And I was like, yeah, it's funny, right? But anyways, so that's what I would have preferred to have talked about, but I can't talk about that much more because essentially what it is I had to come out of my weekend and cut my weekend short because a bunch of morons do not seem to understand it's the same fucking playbook from 6 years ago, 8 years ago. How did ISIS and Daesh and all those losers get their hands on all this high tech shit? They purposefully botched the withdrawal, left all this shit there accidentally, and then all the rebels CIA funded plants, because you got to think about it. How did all these people get the funds in the first place? In the 80s, we armed them to fight the Soviets. Hillary Clinton even said while she was Secretary of Defense, she was like, we are the ones who created them back in the 80s. So how about instead of like, why do we keep on arming these assholes? Like, all Biden had to do was follow Trump's withdrawal plan, and we would have been out of there like 2 months ago. Instead, he's stalled being, he basically gave them a bunch of weapons, killed a bunch of our allies, and now is making up an excuse for us to go there. It's bullshit. They're literally starting wars, and I in my opinion, you all have blood on your hands because you allowed a fraudulent election to go through. 80% plus of the country did not vote for that loser. Everyone knows he's a puppet. And you guys, I mean, think about it. Everyone's accounts being silenced just before this shit happened. I mean, ooh, you're afraid 25 people were going to see the fucking thing that I talk about you were afraid I was going to mention how, John McCain pretty much said that ISIS and ISIL are great people and how we had to fund them because we need them to fight Gaddafi. And I think he even said that after Gaddafi was killed or some shit like that. No, but all these people, they are CIA funded armies. Like this is like they literally just gave the Taliban a shit ton of jets, a shit ton of bombs, and a shit ton of guns, so they have an excuse to send more troops there because they are the ones who make the guns and the bullets and the bombs, and they fund both sides, and they feed you poison, and they brainwash you and all that stupid bullshit into wearing fucking masks that don't stop viruses. You guys are fucking stupid. I mean, seriously. The Delta variant, the whatever variant, blah, 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 blah. COVID-19, 2 fucking years. For 2 fucking years, this shit has been around. You all motherfuckers still think wearing a mask is going to solve anything. You guys are fucking stupid. You're really stupid. It's like, I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just like, cloppity cloppity. Like this, that's why you have to show these people the shit. That's why you have to like let the people see all this bullshit because people really are just stupid. All they understand is cloppity cloppity. Where can I go to get a free meal? Cloppity cloppity. Where can I go, to get a free bed? Cloppity cloppity. Where can I go to get my basic needs met? It's horseshit. I mean, like, really, like, I remember back when I had that house in Seaville, when I met those strippers that time, because they would come over because everyone likes to smoke and shit like that. And then I thought they were really hot. And I remember I asked them out. They didn't want to go out. I was like, okay, well, I still want to get laid. So I bought a bunch of like those like stockings, those like silk ones. And I just like the fancy ones from fucking, what's it called? Shit. I want to say Abercrombie and Fitch, but I don't think it was Victoria's Secrets. And I just left them there. I just like left them with the tags on and everything. I just left them there on the table. And like the girls would come by, the strippers would come by, and they'd be like, "Oh, well, how much for that?" I'm like, "Oh, you can just take it." I'm like, "You just give me this? Yeah, you can just take it." Like, why? It's because I know that you'll want more, and I've got more of those. That's kind of how it's got to be. You just like lay it out there, and then you wait for them to come and get accustomed to it. Like sometimes like she was telling me last night that I this is the this is the thing that kind of set it off. You know what I'm saying? It was some stupid bullshit. Fucking was like, you arranged my guts, so now I got to rearrange your apartment. And I was like, get the fuck out of here with this horse shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, first of all, I think it's inappropriate a little bit because it's like you shouldn't be like, I don't need to know all that bullshit. But I mean, I guess that means I did a good job. But secondly, don't touch my shit. How many times do I have to say that? It's like, don't break my shit. I mean, I'm kind of sort of cleaning on my own and in my own way a little bit because it was kind of brought to my attention that there is like, are you trying to make it look like a porn studio? I'm like, no, that's just my bed is, I guess, the focus of the apartment because I like to whatever. But the point I'm saying is I don't even feel comfortable talking about me having fun because people are dying right now and there's no need for them to be. We were supposed to be pulled out of Afghanistan a few months ago, 2, 3 months ago. We had all the deals in place to have a strong border and to have no loss of life and to give Afghanistan back to their country, and we didn't do it because a bunch of people who founded the KKK want to push new version of separate but equal and overtax you all and make your gas $6-7, and all you douchebags want to do is put on a mask and watch NBC. And they're not even funny. These assholes aren't even funny. If you haven't noticed it, like you're just like in a cult. So everyone else is completely moved on from this bullshit. You are the last people who have yet to understand all this horseshit is staged, and there's going to come a point in time when people are sick and tired of holding your hand, and it's not going to be about the lowest common denominator anymore. If you, it's good, it used to be that life was tough. It was even tougher if you're stupid, and it's going to go back to that pretty fucking soon. All right, guys, peace out.